Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com. Today I want to talk about why you must open yourself up to the creativity of God in your life. Many people are going through life just existing. They are living an existence that is very similar to other people. There's no creativity, there's no uniqueness, there's nothing different about them. Maybe there's a few little quirks, but the reality is they're almost interchangeable with thousands or millions of other people. Now, this is not the way people are designed to be. You're not created for that, but unfortunately, many people just end up in that repetitive rut of conforming to the world. But I want you to think about trying this. What if you set out each day for 5 minutes, only 5 minutes? It could be when you first get up in the morning, it could be when you go to bed, it doesn't matter when you do this, but probably when you first get up might be the best time to do it. But just for 5 minutes, write down any ideas you have. Doesn't matter what it's about. Doesn't matter if they're good ideas. I didn't say write good ideas. Of course, if you can only write good ideas, that's great. But if at first you just start writing ideas and they're pretty weak and pathetic, maybe they're dumb even, that's all right. I have books full of ideas that aren't very good, but some of those ideas brought out of me good ideas. Some of those ideas brought out inventions that I invented. Some of those ideas brought out money-making opportunities that, for all practical purposes, just came from the ether and just manifested out of nowhere, just with a simple thought. God is always giving you witty inventions and creative, wise ideas that can bless the world. You know, the church and the world in general has this idea of God just being up there in the heavens and basically unconcerned, disinterested with what's going on earth, except in the case of bad events. They blame that on God and called it an act of God. But that is such a terrible way of looking at things, because He is loving and abundant and generous to all. The problem is that very few receive of His generosity, receive of His goodness. Most of them are like the people out in the rain with the umbrella up. You're not going to get wet with an umbrella up, you know, unless the rain's coming to the side, and people get a little bit of that. But most of them are walking around through life with the proverbial umbrella up, blocking out the blessings of God, blocking out wise ideas, blocking out witty inventions. Every now and then, the rain goes a little bit sideways, so to speak, and a witty invention comes their way, accidentally hits them, even though they're trying to block it out by being normal, being average, being like everybody else. But it's as good as not coming to them because they do nothing with it. They don't even write it down. I've talked to people over the years, when I talk about inventions and creativity, they say, yeah, I had this great idea once. Well, what'd you do with it? I forgot it. What good is a great idea if you do nothing with it and you pay it so little mind that you forget it? You don't even remember what it's about. But that is very normal. I think there's a lot of people, maybe even everyone, if they have basic grasp of their cognitive faculties, they probably have all had at least one great idea. And the vast majority didn't act on it. It's probably statistically 100% didn't act on it. There's a couple here and there, but there's so many that didn't that those couple don't even factor in. It's just 100% didn't do it. But what if you become that person who does act? I'm going to tell you a little secret here, and this is something people don't understand, they don't know. They think, they look at people, Edison, Tesla, some of these inventors, and they think, well, they just were special, unique people. And I'm not going to get the whole argument about Tesla and Edison. It doesn't matter about their personalities or what they did or didn't do. The point is they had creativity going on in their lives, and you can have the same level of creativity if you did the same things they did. Most people immediately shut out any creative ideas, any inventions, any uniqueness that they might need to act on. They don't do anything with it. But the secret is that if you start doing this, just 5 minutes a day, writing down ideas, you start to get better at it. It's like so many things in life. Many people have terrible ideas and they don't do anything with them because the ideas are terrible and they're not worth doing anything with in the first place, but because they haven't built up any kind of practice to getting good at it. It's very much like a muscle. You went to the gym one time, barely lifted weights, it felt like you were just weak and puny, and never go back again. You don't know what your full potential is. I've known people who were very weak as teenagers, and they just thought, oh, I'm just so weak and skinny. And they grow up, they exercise a little bit, then they really start taking it seriously, and they become huge, massive, built with muscles, and you would think, how does this happen? They were so skinny. There was always the potential there, but until they acted on it, nothing came of it. And that is the way many people are with ideas and creativity. Because you're not acting on it, you're that proverbial skinny person who could be huge and muscular. But as long as you see yourself as a skinny person, you don't do anything, you don't exercise, you need to exercise your mind, exercise your creativity, you will not have wise and witty inventions and creative ideas coming to you very often. And if they do, it's not even going to matter because you won't do anything with them. This is why it's so important you make this a daily practice. It's so simple. A few minutes a day. It's not a big deal. You're not taking your whole day up doing this. You're not sitting around all day meditating and thinking up ideas. 5 minutes. That's all I'm asking of you. And here's the thing. If it doesn't work, stop doing it then. I'm not telling you to waste your time. I'm telling you this because I know it works. So if you just try it just for a month, how about that? Just for a month. I don't like the word try, but try this because this is something you don't know for sure if it's going to work. Maybe you don't really believe it. Maybe you don't have a lot of confidence in it right now. Okay, I understand that. So try it for a month. If after a month you haven't come up with any good ideas, and even be fair with yourself on that. If you notice that your ideas are getting better, maybe they're not great yet, but after that month, you notice, well, my ideas are getting better. Or maybe they're coming faster. Or, what you'll find happens, throughout the day you'll have ideas come up. So even though you're dedicating that 5 minutes to writing down ideas, it'll be randomly throughout the day you'll have a wise idea come up. Well, make sure to write that down too. But I'll tell you this, if you will do this, simple thing, nothing big, no big expectations, you don't have to come up with the greatest idea in the world or some billion-dollar idea or anything like that, you will notice a massive improvement in your thinking and your creativity. And you will start to come up with some ideas that are actually good. Doesn't mean you're going to do anything with them. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything with any of these ideas. The point is to build this ability that's within you, and it's dormant. To awaken it and let the goodness and creativity and abundance of God flow into your life. And be receptive to His creativity, receptive to His wisdom, receptive to His witty inventions. And watch as you come up with some great ideas that will radically change your life. Some of these ideas are going to be great things you never even thought about, and they make your life much better. And even better, oftentimes those things you create that make your life better can be monetized and turned into something that will help make other lives better as well. And that's where you really start being a blessing to the world. You really start coming out of your shell, so to speak, and becoming that creative, wise, blessed person that you are intended and created to be. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.